Good morning, guys, and welcome to the Wednesday, June 12th edition of the MMAOB Daily Show. I'm your host, as always, Adam Martin, taking you through the latest in the world of mixed martial arts. First and foremost, follow me on Twitter at MMAdamMartin. Follow this podcast at MMAOddsbigger.com and on our YouTube channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate that. Also, follow me at Sherdog.com, BJPen.com, MMAnews.com, and MMAratings.net. A lot to talk about today, guys. Definitely some well, there's one big fight announcement that I want to get into, some other news to mention as well. You know what? Actually, one thing I wanted to say, I was watching Jeopardy last night. They had a Kimbo Slice reference on Jeopardy, which was crazy. The category was Ferguson, and it said, Kimbo Slice, aka Kevin Ferguson, once fought this sport or made his debut in this sport in Cage Fury Fighting Championships. So TFFC got a reference to in Kimbo Slice, and of course the guy got it. He said MMA, so that was pretty cool. But we love the sport. That's why we were talking about it. So let's get right into it, guys. First and foremost, there was a big fight announcement last night. Kind of a surprise. I got to be honest. This one actually took me, I wouldn't say shocking completely, but very surprising. Jessica Andrade will make her first UFC women's strawweight title defense later this summer, I should say, in China in August. And she's taking on Weili Zhang. So very surprising. I think most people expected Andrade to fight Tatiana Suarez or Michelle Watterson, but instead she's going to fight Weili Zhang. So very interesting decision here. I got mixed emotions about it. First and foremost, the fight's in China. Weili Zhang is probably the best Chinese fighter in the world right now. So that in that sense, it does make a lot of sense. But it came out of nowhere. Dana White just said, Michelle Watterson's ranked too low. And instead, Weili Zhang's getting the fight instead. She's coming off a win over Tecia Torres. Don't get me wrong. She's really good. It's just kind of surprising. That's all. Jessica Andrade, just looking at the rankings right now, she's the champ. Rose Namajunas actually came out with a statement. She's ranked number 1. She came out with a statement saying that she's just not ready to fight. She wants the rematch, but she's not ready to fight in the summer. UFC needed someone to fight, so she didn't get the title shot. Tatiana Suarez, Dana White doesn't want her to get the title shot. And she also said she has like a neck injury or something, so she can't fight either. Nina Ansaroff just lost to Tatiana Suarez. She can't fight. You want to on Jacek? I mean, technically, that would be a good rematch to watch, but does she deserve it right now? I don't think so. Claudia Gadelha, nope. So Weili Zhang was actually next in line. So it was surprising because no one was talking about her, but it's not horrible. It's not a bad decision. She's a good fighter. Just going to pull out her record here. She's a good fighter, guys. Maybe not the most well-known, but definitely a solid fighter. Her record is 19-1. She lost her MMA debut in 2013. She's won every fight since then. 3-0 in the UFC against Daniel Taylor, Jessica Aguilar, and in her last fight, Tecia Torres. I think the Jessica Aguilar fight was kind of her breakout performance. That was a really nasty submission. Destroyed Jessica Aguilar, a well-respected veteran of the sport. But beating Tecia Torres in lopsided fashion, I'd say, at UFC 235, it was a decision, but she pretty much won the whole fight. That's kind of like the fight that I think Dana White and the matchmaker say, hey, let's see what she's got. So she's going in there technically Jessica is going to go to enemy territory to fight her. UFC fighting at 157. The card takes place August 31 in China. And Jessica Andrade, the champion, her opponent, 20-6 record. She's on a 4-fight win streak, back-to-back knockouts over Karolina Kovacevic and Rose Namajunas. So the odds actually just came out for the fight. I'm going to pull them out right now. They just dropped this morning. And, BetOnline released these, so they'll probably be adjusted at some point. But Andrade opened at -210, Weili Zhang plus 180. So kind of a strange line, actually. The spread seems kind of far apart for some reason. But I would assume that most money is going to come in on Andrade, and I think rightfully so. And she is the champ. She's looked great, but I wouldn't completely write out Weili Zhang in this fight. She's good. She's really good. People know who she is, but she's a solid fighter. And I wouldn't completely write her off to get the win here. So I think Andrade opening as the favorite makes sense, but I'm actually surprised that she wasn't a bigger favorite because I think to most fans, this is kind of a mismatch. So definitely a little bit surprising the odds weren't like -300, -400 even. I do think the odds will increase as time goes on. The card's still a couple months away, but again, surprising matchup, but I think it makes some sense. The UFC wants to make a splash in China. This is the best Chinese fighter on the roster right now, so why not throw her in there, especially when no one else is ready? Like Suarez isn't ready, but they don't want to rush her into a title shot. Watterson For some reason, they don't want Waterson to get the title shot. I'm a little surprised by that. That's the one that does surprise me. There must be something going on behind the scenes as far as that goes. Maybe some contractual stuff, because Dana White always loves her, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh, she's not ranked high enough. Like, really strange. Like, we've seen fighters that are unranked at title shots. So to me, that's a very strange justification for her not to get a title shot. But either way, I do expect Andrade to win this fight, although I do think Zhang, you can't write her off. She's a good fighter. All right, what else am I going to talk about here today? I already mentioned Rose needs time off. Tatiana needs time off. Now, this is crazy. Donald Cerrone actually says he's fine. So Donald Cerrone, of course, had that nasty eye injury the other day. He says he's good. He said it was just air. So this is what he says. I'm in good health. Thanks for all the messages and concerns. Only air is in my eye. No broken bones, nor cracked or broken orbital, sitting and waiting for the rematch next fight. So, I'm surprised by that. I gotta be honest. I thought he'd be out for a while, a couple months or something. Just reminding me of that Josh Koscheck GSP fight. Remember how much time Josh had to take off back in the day when he got face smashed in with that jab by GSP at UFC 124. So if Donald says he's good to go, I mean, the UFC, they want that rematch with Tony. I don't. I think Tony deserves a title shot. He doesn't need to fight again. 12 straight wins says exactly that. But now there's a chance that, hey, they could throw that rematch on the same card as Poirier and Khabib as the co-main event. It's possible. I wouldn't completely count that out from happening at this point if Donald says he's good to go. So the guy's crazy that Wolverine heals quickly. He's going to be back soon. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see if that happens. There's definitely more of a chance now, I think, with the rematch than there was yesterday. But, yeah, that's crazy how quickly he healed. I thought he'd be out for a while. Couple other news notes here. Rafael dos Anjos and Nick Diaz, they both took to their social media channels to rip Conor McGregor for calling out Mark Wahlberg. I mean, it's just a publicity stunt by Conor McGregor. To be honest, I'm kind of getting tired of this guy. Like, either you fight or you don't fight. Like, he doesn't fight anymore, really. He's one MMA fight in the last 2.5 years or something. Like, he keeps his name out there. He's smart like that. He's still popular. Get it? He's really popular, of course. He's probably the most popular MMA fighter of all time. But, like, come on, man. Go out there and fight someone. Like, Nick Diaz is like, you're calling out a guy who doesn't fight. It's like fighting someone with handcuffs on. That's what Nick Diaz said, which I thought was hilarious. And RDA just said, this is what kind of the sport just turned into, which we know he's very into that, kind of banter, I guess. I don't know. I'd like to see Conor come back. The guy's entertaining. He's a great fighter, no doubt about it. But I'm getting kind of tired of him just, calling out guys that don't fight. It's kind of silly. Also, speaking of, well, not Conor McGregor, Tony Ferguson, though, I should mention this. Justin Gaethje actually took his Twitter and called out Tony Ferguson and said, if you want to fight someone that's going to bring a fight, I want to take the fight. So he said, take me to the dark place, Tony, which is crazy. So, I mean, that would be an amazing fight. Those are probably two of my favorite fighters in the world, Tony Ferguson and Justin Gaethje. I would love to see that fight. But again, I think Tony deserves that title shot. 12 straight wins, guys. Like, at some point, this has got to be a sport. Again, it's entertainment. We all get that. But 12 straight wins. It's not like he's got 3 or 4 wins. He's got 12. You have to give the guy a title shot. Anything else doesn't make sense. Yes, that's a great fight. No doubt about it. But is it a big money fight? I don't know. I mean, Justin Gaethje's not proven to be a draw. He's a great fighter, an amazing fighter, probably the most exciting fighter in the world. But is he a draw? I don't know. So I'm not sure if that makes sense. Although, again, why not call him out? It's a good call by Justin. But I don't see that fight happening anytime soon. And the last thing I want to mention here is about actually a non-UFC fighter, Mamed Khalidov, was actually arrested in Poland, which is crazy. So let's read this here. Mamed Khalidov was recently arrested by the Anti-Terrorist Operations Office in Poland for allegedly forging documents related to the illegal importation of luxury cars. The cars were apparently purchased in the Czech Republic before being illegally imported into Poland. So you can read bjpen.com. There's more of a story there. Dennis Gayko, who's a really good journalist out of Russia, I believe, has a video of Mamed getting arrested. So, I mean, this guy is a great fighter. We all know that not everyone in MMA is a nice guy. I mean, this isn't like, it's not like domestic violence or something like that, but it's still like a crime, of course. We'll see what happens. He's going to have his day in court. I get it. But, he was arguably one of the greatest fighters, middleweight fighters in the world for years and never had the chance to fight in the UFC. If you guys haven't seen it, go back and watch his fight against Jorge Santiago from Sengoku in 2010. One of the best fights of that year. I remember, when I was really getting into the sport back then, that was a really good fight. He's fought some good guys over the years, had some good wins. he actually has lost back-to-back fights against Thomas Narkun. So he's kind of on a decline. He hasn't won since 2017, but still one of the most popular guys in that part of the world. So seeing him get arrested is, really big news. And we'll see what happens there. But, he, again, so popular. He's got tons of money. I'm sure he'll get off somehow. But, yeah, very, very interesting news there. All right, so I think that's it, guys. The other thing I should mention quickly is Khabib Nurmagomedov and Dustin Poirier, I believe, are in London today, London, England, to have a press conference for the Abu Dhabi fight. So that should be interesting. I don't know if any chairs are going to be thrown or if there's going to be any insults hurled. There doesn't seem to be too much heat between those two guys, so we'll see. I like that fight a lot. Just it's kind of sucks that Tony's not going to get that fight next. But Dustin, he's great too, so he deserves it. No doubt about it. But yeah, we'll definitely see what happens there. I'm sure people are going to ask Khabib about Conor and about Tony, so I'm sure he'll have some good comments to make about that and something worth writing about. But until then, guys, I'm Adam Martin. This is the MMAOB Daily Show. Follow me at Adam Martin on Twitter. Follow the podcast at MMAOddsRecord.com. Follow us on YouTube. Also follow me at Sherdog.com, BJPen.com, MMAratings.net, and MMAnews.com. I'm actually going away this weekend, so I'm pre-recording a Bellator preview. I'm going to do it right now, actually, after this. So that will be up, I believe, Friday. And right before I leave tomorrow morning, I'll do a quick podcast, probably talking about whatever happened in the press conference and any other news that breaks. So be sure to check it out, guys. Keep tuned to MMAOddsRecord.com and on this channel for all my videos and the other videos on this channel. Have a good day, guys, and we'll talk to you very, very soon.